Good afternoon, my YouTube friends and family. Coming to you today in the honor of one of the best people I ever had the pleasure of meeting. This video goes out to TODD Armstrong. He was my brother. He was my best friend. He was my everything. He passed May of last year, and I still have not recovered yet. And today is for him. Todd, originally from Alabama, was a big Roll Tide fan, and he had loved the Tide, and that's why today I'm doing the best I can to wear the colors. I got my garnet on here. This is the story behind this hat is so unique. It's an Alabama Titleist hat, and that's the two things that Todd loved was golf and Alabama. And I had one of our friends, Erin, I love you, Erin Free. She found this not long, a week after he passed. She found this floating in Lake Murray and grabbed this up and knew how much, I guess, it meant to me, because Todd and I, we went on so many golf trips together. I mean, we lived together on golf trips. We went down to Myrtle Beach. We went to Santee, everywhere. Todd and I always roomed together every time. And that man, I got so many stories. He would keep me up with his snoring. Oh my goodness, I used to have to go sleep out in the car sometimes. But man, what I would do to have one more hug from that man. He could give the best hugs, and I'm going to do my best to not get emotional here, because I miss that boy. I miss him. But today is a unique story. I was at the gym this morning. As you see, day 4, nothing but water. I'm on the track. I'm coming back, baby. And there was a young guy who was walking in, and he was walking with such composure and confidence that I just had to talk to him, because I embarrass my daughter so much by doing this, but I'll talk with anybody. And I went up to him, introduced myself. I said, "Man, what do you do? What are you talking about?" I said, "Man, you just walk with such confidence. You're in such good shape. I got to know." And so it ended up, he's got one of the best stories that I've heard, and I'm going to share with you today. His name is Sean. And before I do this, I want to read a couple verses again. Kind of reminded me of Sean. Mark 9:23. If you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. That is Mark 9:23. And Mark 11:24. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Love those two in Mark. But anyway, I was talking to him, and the boy he played football at Alabama. Wow. I mean, he did have an Alabama shirt on, but to imagine that he, I think his cornerback or safety, I don't know, so awestruck. Can't remember which one it was, but Sean had such an incredible story. I went up to him. We were talking at first, and I told him, hey, what do? You walk with confidence, and that's how I got it going. And, I said, man, thank you, for talking with me. And then before I left, I went up to him. I said, man, I got a crazy thing. I said, I got a YouTube channel. You remind me of my brother TODD Armstrong, who loved Alabama, and you played for him. I said, I want to do a video and dedicate it to TODD Armstrong, my brother TA, and you played football at Alabama, so if you would you tell me your story? And man, this guy Sean had a story, and ladies, you would have loved him too if you could sing. This young man, built like a brick S-house. Good-looking young man, very polite young man. He even allowed me to take a selfie. I thought he might think, who's this guy wanting to take a selfie of me? But Sean's story was, I asked him how because to play Division I football is very hard to get to reach that goal. That very few guys, young men, ever reach that goal to play Division I football. And then to play it for Alabama, one of the best school, the best football program in the country. I mean, that is achieving monumental goals to be able to reach that. And I said, man, how did you do it? Talk to me, brother. Tell me. And Sean said, man, you wouldn't believe it. And I said, well, try me. And he said, man, I grew up, I was a little chubby fat kid, and I got made fun of. I got poked fun of. People made fun of me all the time. And man, he said, I finally, as I was entering high school, now, Sean, if I get some of this wrong, forgive me, because, again, I was just so excited talking to you. I should have written it down. But anyway, as he entered high school, he was tired of being picked on and chastised about being the fat kid. So he worked out 7 days a week. And, man, he got into great shape. And that led him into playing football as he was entering high school. And he got to be very good in football, as in great shape, as you saw that picture he was in. However, when he graduated, he had no Division I offers, and so unfortunately, football was not going to be his future. So he had an academic scholarship, very impressive to have that as well, and went to Alabama on an academic scholarship. Was freshman year, he was playing rugby, I believe it was, rugby, and because it was very close to football, as close as he could get. But about halfway through the freshman year, he was like, man, no, that's not what I'm about. Football. My dream is football. So he stopped what he was doing with the rugby. If I've got this right, Sean, again. And he started working out like a fiend again, and just working out, and then going and running sprints on the football field, and doing football agility drills, and anything that could get him in football shape, he was doing. And he was doing, I mean, with a passion. You could tell it the way he was talking to me. It was just bleeding out of him how he was talking, this passion of what he had for football. And so, and he said, well, I did this one thing. He said, you're going to think it's corny. I said, try me. I'm the corniest dude. I came up to you because you looked good and started talking to you. I'm the corny one. So he said it was about 1.5 miles, a little longer, from his apartment to the Alabama practice field. He said every day before he worked out, he would jog to that practice field and look at the field and I guess dream about it, and then jog back home. And I stopped him right there, and I was like, dude, you don't realize what you did, do you? I said, because I'm a believer. I know all about the subconscious mind, and your thoughts become things, and that's how it happens in life. I said, the fact that you were jogging to that football field and you envisioned that football field, your desire was to be on that football field, you willed yourself through your subconscious mind, and you're working out. It takes massive action, but by working out and doing the agility drills, but the fact that you would jog every day and look at that football field and say, that's where I'm meant to be. I'm meant to be on that field. Dude, that's what got you there. Thoughts are things. If you do it enough, you implant that in your head enough, it's going to come about. I mean, I've got a list of goals, and every night before I go to sleep, I cut the TV off, and I envision myself already accomplished that goal. I see myself at the end. I go from the end to the beginning. So I said, that's what I do every night. I envision my goals already being done. And the fact that you jogged to that football field and you would sit there and look at them practicing and knew that that's where you belong, you willed yourself to be there. He didn't know that, but I was glad to inform him through the subconscious mind that he was able to get himself there. But as the story goes, so again, this is freshman year, so his sophomore year, he went out and tried out for the team, and was, as a walk-on, he came on and played for Alabama Crimson Tide for the next 3 years. What a story. I mean, start off as a fat, chubby kid getting picked on as a child. You go to working out 7 days a week, and you get into football shape, and you become a great, high school player. You don't get your dreams answer. I mean, again, this is kind of what I was going through over the last year. I kept praying about getting that job and it not happening. Same thing with him. He thought he was going to the next level to play football, but that didn't happen. He didn't get offered. So he goes to college on an academic scholarship. I'm still praying every day because I don't get a job. And halfway through his freshman year, again, it still has not, his dream has not been revealed yet. His desires have not come about yet. And then he put massive action into place. He decided to quit what he was doing with the rugby, start playing doing football drills, working out like a beast, jogging to that football field every day, envisioning that in his head that that's where he belonged. And through hard work and the will of the mind, guess what? 3 years he played for the best college football program that is going on today. Alabama Crimson Tide is the best program out there today, hands down. I don't care who you are. You can't argue with me. You try to argue with me, you're wrong. Nick Saban is a genius. He's got the best program going. And Sean was able to play for him for 3 years. And Sean is such an incredible guy because I told him about Addison and how she loves sports. And he said, well, she wants to get involved in sports in college. She needs to do this, this, and this. And I won't go into that. But I said, hold on a second. I called Addison. She's in Greenville with my sister. And I said, Addie, I got somebody I want you to talk to. He played football for Alabama. She was, what? Because she is a big football fan. My baby is. And he told her the steps to do in order to reach her dreams in being involved in sports. So, again, this is for you, Todd Armstrong. I love you. You're my brother. I don't care how long you're going to be gone. You are right here. I think of you every day. I miss you, baby. I miss you, Todd. And this was for you. I ran into the guy, and he happened to play for Alabama. That's my big A on the side of the hat. Thank you, Aaron Free. Again, I love you for this hat. It's my prized possession. And so all this was incredible the way it happened today. In fact, I went up and talked to him, and halfway through my workout, I said, you know what? This is a great one to dedicate to my brother who I love, Todd Armstrong. Sean, thank you, brother, for sharing your story with me. That was fantastic. And guys out there, listen, thoughts are things. Whatever you want to do in life, you got to first start by imagining it, seeing yourself accomplishing that goal. Go to sleep thinking about it, wake up thinking about it, daydream thinking about it, and then go take massive action towards it. Pick out 1 or 2 things that you can do every day that will get you to that goal, and it will happen. Sean is proof. Not drafted out of, goes to Alabama on an academic scholarship, not even picked to play football, doesn't even have a scholarship. And what does he do? He gets himself and he works out harder than hell, and he gets there, envisions it, and he plays for the best program in college at this day and time. What a story. Thoughts are things, guys. Think it and you can make it happen. Just repetitive thinking, take massive action. I'm so pumped up. I hope you can see it. I've already worked out once today. I'm going back again this evening. I got a couple sales calls, and then I'm going back this evening because I'm getting back to the old me as well. I want that walk that I saw that Sean had coming in, that walk of confidence, that walk of, yeah, here I am. I can't wait to get there. I'm on the way. Anything that you want, believe me, you can have it in this world. You just got to want it bad enough. All right. I love you. God loves you. Be good.